Alright, this is the first two acts of The Tempest. I'm going to read it without the stage directions. Please follow along in your scripts if you are confused about where we are. And just make a note in the video of the minute when your scenes start so that you can go back to that spot whenever you want to watch or listen to that part of it. So here we go, starting from the top. Fall to it, or we run ourselves aground. Take in the topsail, tend to the master's whistle. I pray now, keep below. Where's the master, boatswain? You mar our labor, keep your cabins, you do assist the storm. Nay, good, be patient. When the sea is, hence to cabin, silence, trouble us not. Remember whom thou hast aboard. None that I do love more than myself. Down with the topmast, here, lower, lower. Bring her to try with the main course. A pox your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, incharitable dog! Work you, then! All lost, to prayers, all lost! We are cheated of our lives by drunkards! He'll be hanged yet, though every drop of water swear against it. Mercy on us, we split, we split! Farewell, my wife and children! Farewell, brother, we split, we split, we split! Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground! If by your art, my dearest mother, you have put the wild waters in this roar, allay them. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel, who had no doubt some noble creature in her, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished. Be collected. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done. No, no, not so much perdition as a hair betid to any creature in the vessel which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. I have done nothing, but in care of thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art. More to know, to never meddle with my thoughts. 'Tis time I should inform thee farther. Pluck my magic garment from me. You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped. The hour is now come. Obey and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? Thou wast not yet 3 years old. 'Tis far off. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me? Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. 12 years since, I, thy mother, held the dukedom of Milan, and thou my only heir. For thou, child, art a princess born. Oh, heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was it we did? Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, were we heaved thence, but blessedly holp hither. Oh, my heart bleeds. My sister and thy aunt, called Antonia, pray thee mark me, that a sister should be so perfidious. She whom next thyself of all the world I loved, to her I put the manage of my state, as at that time the magical arts being all my study, the government I cast upon my sister, thy false aunt. Dost thou attend me? Ma'am, most heedfully. The Queen of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my sister's suit, which was, that she should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all the honours on my sister. Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us? Dear, they durst not set a mark so bloody on the business. They hurried us some leagues hence, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea, to sigh to the wind's pity. Alack, what trouble was I then to you? Oh, a cherubim thou wast that did preserve me. How came we ashore? By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water, that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity did give us, rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries. He furnished me from mine own library, with volumes that I prized above my dukedom. Would I might but ever see that man! Now I arise. Here in this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princesses can have. I pray you, ma'am, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea-storm. By accident most strange, bountiful fortune hath mine enemies brought to this shore. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. Approach, my Ariel, come. All hail, great mistress. I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds. Hast thou, spirit, performed to the point the tempest that I bade thee? To every article. I boarded the Queen's ship. I flamed amazement and burned in many places. My brave spirit! The Queen's son, Ferdinand, was the first man that leapt and cried, Hell is empty, and all the devils are here! But are they, Ariel, safe? Not a hair perished. On their sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than they were before. As thou bade me, in troops I have dispersed them about the island. The Queen's son have I landed by himself. Say how thou hast disposed of the rest of the fleet. Safely in harbour is the Queen's ship, the mariners all under hatches stowed, who with a charm I have left asleep. And for the rest of the fleet, they all have met again and are upon the Mediterranean, bound sadly home for Naples, supposing that they saw the Queen's ship wrecked. Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there's more work. Is there more toil? How now? What is't thou canst demand? My liberty! I pray thee remember, I have done thee worthy service. Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee? No. Thou liest, malignant thing! The foul witch Sycorax, hast thou forgot her? No, man. Thou, my slave, wast her servant, and she did confine thee into a cloven pine, within which rift imprisoned thou didst painfully remain 12 years, within which space she died and left thee there. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out. I thank thee, mistress. If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters. Pardon, mistress. Fear not. After 2 days I will discharge thee. That's my noble mistress. What shall I do? Go make thyself a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Hark in thine ear. My lady, it shall be done. Awake, dear heart, awake. The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me. Shake it off. Caliban, thou earth, thou, come forth, I say. I must eat my dinner. Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam, come forth! A southwest blow on ye, and blister you all o'er! For this be sure tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that shall pen thy breath up. This island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou stroked me, and made much of me, wouldst give me water with berries in't, and teach me how to name the bigger light, and how the less, that burned by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place and fertile. Cursed be I that did so! All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on you! For I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king. And here you sty me in this hard rock, whiles you do keep from me the rest of the island. Thou most lying slave, I have used thee with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell. I took pains to make thee speak, when thou didst not know thy own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most brutish. You taught me language, and my profit on it is I know how to curse. Hagseed, hence! Fetch us in fuel, and be quick. If thou neglect what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps. No, pray thee! I must obey. Her art is of such power. Where should this music be? In the earth or the air? Full fathom 5 thy mother lies, of her bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were her eyes, that were her eyes. Nothing of her that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange, something so rich and strange. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. What is't? A spirit? It carries a brave form. No, child, it eats and sleeps, and hath such senses as we have. This gallant which thou seest was in the wreck. I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble. Most sure of the goddess on whom these airs attend. Oh, you wonder! Be you maid or no? No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid. My language, heavens! I am the best of them that speak this speech, were I but where 'tis spoken. The best? What if the Queen of Naples heard thee? Myself am Naples, who with mine eyes beheld the Queen my mother wrecked. Alack for mercy! Yea, and all her lords, the Duchess of Milan and her son being twain. The Duchess of Milan. Oh, if your affection is not gone forth, I'll make you the Queen of Naples. They are both in either's powers. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy to win it for me. No, as I am a man. There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. Speak not you for him, he's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy hath more power. Oh, dear mother, make not so rash a trial of him. Put thy sword up, traitor, for I can here disarm thee with this stick, and make thy weapon drop. Man, have pity! Silence! Thou think'st there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man. Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigor in them. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid. Follow me. Exactly do all points of my command, to the syllable. Beseech you, men, be merry. You have cause of joy. For the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us. Prithee, peace. She receives comfort like cold porridge. Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit. By and by will strike. This island must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance. The air breathes upon us here most sweetly, as if it had lungs and rotten ones. Here is everything advantageous to life. True, save means to live. Of that there's none, or little. How lush and lusty the grass looks, how green! The ground indeed is tawny. Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in Africa, at the meeting of the Queen's fair daughter and Claribel, the King of Tunis. What impossible matter will he make light of next? Will he make easy next? I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it to his son for an apple. Is not, ma'am, my doublet as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean, in a sort. You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence, my son is lost. Ma'am, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him, and ride upon their backs. I do not doubt he came alive to land. No, he's gone. You have lost your son, I fear, forever. The fault's your own. My lady Sebastiana, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness. Very well. It is foul weather in us all, your highness, when you are cloudy. Had I plantation of this island, my lady, he'd sow it with nettle seeds. And were the king on it, what would I do? No kind of traffic would I admit, no name of magistrate. Letters should not be known, riches, poverty, the use of service, none. No use of metal, corn, or wine or oil, no occupation, all men idle, and women too, but innocent and pure. No sovereignty, yet he would be king on't. The latter half of his commonwealth forgets the beginning. All things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavor. Treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine would I not have. But nature should bring forth, of its own kind, all foison, all abundance, to feed my innocent people. I would with such perfection govern as to excel the golden age. God save his majesty! Long live Gonzalo! And do you mark me, ma'am? Prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me. I do well believe, your highness, and I did it to minister occasion to these ladies, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing. 'Twas you we laughed at. Will you laugh me asleep? For I am very heavy. What, so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would, with themselves, shut up my thoughts. We two, my lady, will guard your person while you take your rest, and watch over your safety. Thank you. Wondrous heavy. What a strange drowsiness possesses them. Worthy Sebastiana, my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head. Thou speakest out of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned? He's gone. Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples? Oh, that you bore the mind that I do! What a sleep were this for your advancement! Do you understand me? Methinks I do. I remember you did supplant your sister Prospera. True, and look how well my garments sit upon me. But for your conscience, ay, where lies that? I feel not this deity in my bosom. Here lies your sister, no better than the earth she lies upon. I, with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it, can lay to bed for ever. As thou got Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy knife. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, thy queen, shall love thee. Draw together, and when I rear my hand, do you the like to fall it on Gonzalo. My master through his art foresees the danger that you, his friend, are in. While you here do snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy his time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Awake, awake. Now, good angels, preserve the queen! My, how now? Why are you drawn? Whiles we stood here, securing your repose, we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls, or rather lions. Oh, 'twas a din to fright a monster's ear. Heard you this, Gonzalo? Upon mine honour, ma'am, I heard a humming, which did wake me. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard. Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son. Prospera, my lady, shall know what I have done. All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats on Prosper fall, and make her by inch-meal a disease. Her spirits hear me. For every trifler they set upon me. Sometime like apes that mow and chatter at me, and after bite me. Then like hedgehogs which lie tumbling in my barefoot way, and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometime am I all wound with adders, who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo now, lo! Here comes a spirit of hers to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. I'll fall flat. Perchance he will not mind me. Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all, and another storm brewing. I hear it in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. What have we here? A man? Or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish, he smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell, a kind not of the newest, poor John. A strange fish. Were I in England now, not a holiday fool there but would give a piece of silver. When they will not give a coin to relieve a lame beggar, they will lazy out 10 to see a dead Indian. Warm, my troth. I do now let loose my opinion. Hold it in no longer. This is no fish, but an islander, that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There is no other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Moll, Meg, and Marion, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, "Go hang!" She loved not the savour of tar nor of pitch, yet a tailor might scratch her where'er she did itch, than to see boys and let her go hang. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. Do not torment me, oh! What's the matter? Have we devils here, ha? The spirit torments me, oh! This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs. Where the devil should he learn our language? If I can recover him, and keep him tame, and get him to Naples, he's a present for any emperor. He hath got, as I take it, an ague. I will give him some relief. Do not torment me, prithee, I'll bring my wood home faster. He's in his fit now. He shall taste of my bottle. If ye have never drunk wine before, we'll go near to remove his fit. Come on your ways, open your mouth. Here is that which will give language to you. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chaps again. I should know that voice. It should be, but he is drowned, and these are devils. Oh, defend me! 4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come, I will pour some in thy other mouth. Stephano! Doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I am Trinculo. If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. Trinculo indeed! How camest thou to be the siege of this moon-calf? Can he vent Trinculos? I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. But art thou not drowned, Stephano? Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant. That's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him. How didst thou escape? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon a butt of sack which the sailors heaved overboard. I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly. Swear then how thou escapest. Swum ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn. Oh, Stephano, hast thou any more of this? The whole butt, man. My cellar's in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, moon-calf? Hast thou not dropped from heaven? Out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon when time was. I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. Come, swear to that. By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. The man in the moon, a most poor credulous monster. I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot. I pray thee, be my god. Come on, then, down and swear. I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. Come, kiss. I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve! I'll bear her no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man. I pray thee now, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king and all our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. No more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetch in firing, at requiring, nor scrape trencher, nor wash dish. Ban, ban, cacalib, ban, has a new master, get a new man. Freedom, heyday, heyday, freedom. Freedom! Heyday! Freedom! A howling monster! Lead the way!